But here's the acoustic version first.
You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced.
'Cause lately I've been thinking you and me got a really special thing.
You want it? You got it.
It would be a
Radio
shame
done
if it just
No
fades
nonsense,
away.
real and raw, just like you like it. You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1, KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com. On this beautiful Thursday, February 26th. Good morning, Emil.
Hey, good morning. I can hear you.
Yeah, there you go. Get your headphones on at Radio 101. Good morning, Tucson, and happy rodeo days. The rodeo is here. That means your kids are not in school, and it's the only place in the entire country that does this, and I love it. Today, of course, the rodeo parade kicks off at 9 a.m. We actually have colleagues and our sister stations setting up floats and going down there, and I'm so happy it's them and not me.
Out there in the cold and the dark, just waiting to do this.
Dude, it's brutal. I mean, I did just only one live broadcast with Shmonty when I first came down here.
Yeah.
And when I was still flabbergasted as to the concept of rodeo days and why my daughter wasn't working or going to school that day.
School, yeah.
And like, what? It's a Thursday. What's going on here? But to set up super early and it'd be freezing and nobody is showing up there until like 8:30. So for like 2.5 hours, you're on a corner of, almost the south side.
South side, yeah, just chilling.
Just chilling.
Literally.
Yeah. Trying to be funny, do content. Trying to be like, hey, rodeo parade's a little later and just, push that out. So I'm glad to say, plan accordingly. Hopefully you ride with us on your way to the rodeo parade. Enjoy that. It's the 101st year of the largest non-motorized parade in the world. Of course, that leads into rodeo. Rico and I are going to go to the rodeo a little bit later on today.
Nice.
I know. I got to put on my faux boots. Rico's going to put on his real boots and super cowboy it. Probably represent the Hank. I'm just going to try to blend in a little bit, but I do enjoy the festivities of rodeo. Growing up in Arizona, like everything that they do for rodeo, it's wildly entertaining. So you don't have to be a cowboy to enjoy it.
No, and I think that's cool. That's cool. Just enjoy it. Have fun.
Exactly. You get a cold one, check out some cowgirl butts. Lots of cowgirl butts around there. Yeah, right?
I know. I love them. But it's great, man. Like, I love going to the rodeo, watching like the clowns and stuff. Bronco busting and all that stuff too. It's exciting, man.
Yeah,
it's just like any other sport.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. So it's happening all weekend long, of course. Tomorrow is sold out, I believe, and then Saturday. There might still be some tickets available. A little rough, and I got friends coming down for it and stuff like that. So don't be surprised if you see me out the rodeo, not only today but throughout the weekend. My schedule's wide open, and I'm like, you know what? I can cowboy it a little bit. I'll put you'll know how it's me trying to fit in with the Cowboys when I wear my hat forward. I don't have a cowboy hat, so I'm not going to be wearing a cowboy hat. You're not going to see me in a cowboy hat just because I don't have a good one. I'm not opposed to it. But, if my hat's forward, I'm country, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when my hat's backwards, I'm party, yo.
Yeah, party rock and roll.
Yeah. So I'll, I'll have it forward. I'll blend in and be like, "What's up?" Yeah. Toby Keith.
You should try a cowboy hat on sometime. I want to see this. It
I
could
have.
be a whole new thing.
No. First off, you can't wear headphones with a cowboy hat. So
there's $1 million idea though.
yeah. Well, that would look ridiculous. But that's just. I mean, I've had situations where. Again, I grew up in Arizona, so plenty of times where I've had to don a hat. I don't have my own, and I mean, I did look into the prospect of getting a pair of like good boots, like Boot Barn stuff, and make that investment because in Arizona, again, those are just fancy shoes, and even a hat. But yeah, it's not there yet. I'm just not there yet. Eventually, though,
I get it.
I'm not opposed, though. You know what I mean? Because I'm a hat guy.
Right.
And eventually, I'm not going to be able to wear a backwards hat in certain scenarios, like banquets or something like that.
Banquets.
But something.
Galas.
Weddings. Galas, right? Whenever I go to those. So I'm like, I need to be fancy, but I still want to wear a hat. Because my head is now morphed to shape my hat. So then that's where the cowboy hat comes in.
I know, honestly, hipsters have ruined a lot of really cool hats for at least me because you're getting older. Like as a kid, I'm like, oh man, these are cool hats you can wear as you get older because you have to be seasoned as an adult to wear these to pull it off, you know? And then the hipsters came around and you're going to call me one, but I don't care. You just say it. Just say it.
No, I'm not going to say it.
All right.
Yeah, but good. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying. And then it's like, oh, I don't want to wear this because I'm going to fall into this group.
Right.
And so it's like, maybe I have to be 60s or 70s to wear this hat now.
Isn't that weird how you and your people ruin the thing for you?
Yeah, there it is. Hey, thank you.
Let's get into our top story today. And again, it continues to be the developments in the Nancy Guthrie, disappearance. Of course, there was a private reward offered by Savannah for $1 million. And that generated about 1,000 tips. Now, this has got to be frustrating for the entire family, too, because, there's just a lot of people trying to cash grab and make up stuff or just grasp at straws to try to, win $1 million.
It's pretty horrible, man.
Yeah, it's not a game, it's not entered to win.
It's like somebody that's lost, that's been taken. And this is actually serious.
Yeah. So
not a good thing.
Pretty bad stuff. In other news, and this is pretty big news. We'll see how this works out. But Bill and Hillary Clinton are going to sit for the Epstein depositions this week.
Yeah.
Dispositions. This week is going to happen, right?
Yeah,
now,
finally.
Is that going to be open door or closed door? Because, initially what it was is Bill Clinton was like, I'll tell you everything you want to know. I'll sit down for a deposition. And they're like, okay, cool, closed door. And he's like, no, I wanted to be open in front of the American people like they've done and how we've known historically, right? And it was a strong argument like, no, we'll do this closed door. So now they're both agreeing to do this. They agreed to the videotape sit down at the 11th hour earlier this month, just as the House was set to vote on whether they could hold the Clintons in criminal contempt of Congress for skipping their earlier deposition dates. The Clintons say they're being selectively prosecuted by Republicans on the committee. The former first couple had asked to let the deposition be public, but they are having it recorded instead. How do you feel about it being recorded as opposed to it being public? Because
AI can't mimic recordings or voices or anything like that. Honestly, everything at this point needs to be live and unedited for me to believe anything. Like I need to be in that room.
Rockwell 2.1 KFMA. We're live on the podcast broadcast. Got to interrupt that here. Today's podcast broadcast is going to be a very special one. As we know, AEW's Collision is set to take over the Tucson Arena on Saturday, March 7th. It's a big deal because it's the first time pro wrestling has come to town since COVID. When I say pro wrestling, I mean major leagues, you know, and no disrespect to our independent leagues out there that are doing their thing, living their dreams. But, we're going to be talking with AEW's Darby Allin. Not only is this man one of the most popular AEW wrestlers in the entire promotion, a day one wrestler for that company, but also one of the only 7,000 people to successfully climb Mount Everest. And he has Arizona ties, too. We're going to talk about that with Darby when he joins us around 9:20 this morning, about 10 minutes. But on the podcast broadcast stream, I got tagged in a hilarious video from a ring cam from one of our listeners, Dave. He basically shows us what not to do when you find a rattlesnake in your garage. You can join us, youtube.com/beefvegan for that. We got more coming up after music from Falling in Reverse of Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's the podcast broadcast. All right, so this is, I couldn't play this on the air. Dave knows that because he'll see the reason why here in just a second. But he tagged me in this. And Dave, are you on the stream? Put a comment if you are. I hope you are, because this was hilarious, dude. So Dave is a veteran, right? Former military man. His wife Amber and him discovered that they had a rattlesnake on their property, and this was the reaction to that. Let's check this out.
Oh, get over here.
I'm not getting that close. The motherfuckers have jumpy radius. I understand that. You can't close it because someone's blocking the sensor, not because of him.
Okay, well, I'm not closing it now.
He's under the sensor. But this sensor looks like it got pushed down and dropped. So it's not lined up anymore.
He's just looking at it like, okay, I got an idea. So he goes to his truck. Doesn't say anything to his wife.
He's got a plan already.
He's got a plan.
What are you doing?
She knows.
What are you doing?
Comes out.
Oh,
Cocks
Fuck not.
Because we're in our neighborhood. You can't just.
Oh.
No.
Why the fuck not? I'm just going to lace it up. What's the problem?
We just gotta.
Okay, then I'll grab the 22. It's smaller.
No, you're not. David.
I'm not done. No!
It's small.
Honey, that is definitely well within a striking fucking range. They can.
Only if I fucking reach with it. Nobody said I was reaching with it. I want to scare it.
Okay, if that doesn't work, I'm shooting. Try yours.
I just don't want to be like.
I love this. You know?
Scare myself. Are we sure it's alive?
Oh, it's alive. And next thing you hear is he still got the gun in
Good
hand.
job, silly. Go get the.
That was perfect. So Rock 102.1 KFMA, welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We just showed a video from Redbeard here, our streamer Dave, what not to do when you come across a rattler on property. As we know, that's an Arizona problem.
Yeah.
You know, have you ever come across a rattlesnake on your property, Emil?
Not on mine, luckily, but here at the radio station, I used to pull them out of the parking lot all the time. We're on the bike path. I just pick them up and chuck them into the wash.
You would pick them up with your bare hand?
Yeah, just the back part of them, the tail.
What? Why?
Why not?
That seems wildly irresponsible and
No,
insane.
I know how to do it. It's all right. I grew up doing this stuff.
I mean, look, I had a friend drunkenly at a desert party grab a rattlesnake by its tail and then just do the caveman.
Just whack it around.
Yeah, it
That'll
worked.
take care of it.
It worked. Yeah, that would take care of it, but at the same time, it seemed wildly irresponsible, dangerous.
Man, he's just having fun.
He's just having fun.
He's just being a boy.
So you would be able to grab it and just whip it around, huh?
Yeah, I wouldn't smash it against a thing, but it's just like all about having that leverage so it can't lift its head up to strike at you. It's just grabbing its tail really quick and just kind of whipping it out of the way into the, I don't want anybody to get bit by a snake on the bike path. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of jerks out there. I'd probably be kind of funny nowadays, but like at the radio station here in the parking lot all the time, I've seen some of the fattest rattlesnakes here too.
Right.
Big ones.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen one, thankfully, and it's been years since I've seen raccoons, unfortunately. But javelinas are always kind of like a thing. We're by the swampland, so it happens. Let me show you something real quick here on the podcast broadcast stream. This came across your timeline as well. Fun with AI. AI video is just creative right now, creative and crazy and so realistic. We came across a viral video of a fake company of a dystopian future that seems oddly realistic, right? And it stars the billionaires of today, talking about Elon Musk as an old man, Jeff Bezos, and more. Check out the future. The future is, power by humans who are unemployed. Listen to this.
By 2030, almost 80% of people had lost their jobs.
They had no money, no purpose, but they had a lot of time on their hands.
The less people actually did physical work, the more they wanted to appear as if they did.
What if we could use the energy of humans to power the machines that took away their jobs?
There it is.
Energem
NADM.
solved our need for energy and your need for purpose.
That's a future that we have to look forward to.
It's essentially like the sexy matrix, because in the matrix we're powering the machines, but we're not aware of it. We're just in the matrix. But this is like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get like fit.
Oh yeah, I'm
Doing
gonna
it.
fit. Yeah. If they pay us, if we're powering the machines, they pay us. I look super fit, and then end up just like hooking up all the time because of it. Then I guess that works. All right, let's hit the reset here on the FM side. We're gonna be back with AEW wrestler Darby Allin right after this. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. You can join us YouTube.com/BeefVegan. Clear. All right, so we're going to be doing that here in a little bit, as I know Darby's going to be backstage here with us, which I'm very excited about. I'm just excited about AEW coming to Tucson in general, and this is a big deal not only for Tucson, but I think this is just. I think I might talk about this with Darby a little bit. I think it's just a brilliant business strategy for AEW. See, right now, the conglomerate, the competition, WWE, right, is owned by TKO, and that's 100% corporate interest at this point.
Yeah.
It's a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and what they have done is they changed the business strategy that it was before. Before, under the McMahon, regime, it was very much, like entertainment for all type things for families, make it affordable for families to get around and do a bunch of house shows in front of fans, and really like. The idea was to build a foundation of fandom from the ground up, right? And then with TKO taking over, they're like, well, no, that's not cost effective. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our shows, but only in the big markets that will spend the most money. We're going to start jacking up ticket prices.
Make a buttload of money out of every
We're
little
going to
aspect.
eliminate the affordable shows, the smaller shows, the house shows. Right. And we're going to, eliminate a bunch of the markets that, would underperform to our financial standards. And so with that, you're taking away a lot of like live entertainment options. You got to think pro wrestling it really started as kind of like Barnum's and Bailey, like circus.
Absolutely.
It's a sideshow of sorts. That's type of entertainment. And so, with AEW, and I don't know if this is the clear game plan, but it looks like it to me. They did a couple things over the last year and a half or so that really has changed their approach to the business that I consider super smart. And one was moving from the arenas to basically theaters and making their look on television really good. So basically what they do is instead of trying to sell out an arena, which they were having trouble doing, they would go to like Arizona Financial Theater.
Right.
The Arizona Financial Theater, when they do shows there, it looks fucking amazing,
Yeah,
right?
I can imagine.
Because everyone's on one side. It's like a concert. And then, so they would do that, but now they're doing shows like their Collision show, which is on Saturday, and come into the quote unquote B markets. That's what we are.
Mm-hmm.
We're a B market, right? And come into the markets that used to have a pro wrestling show, a big one in the town once every year or two. Right. And people grow up going to this. And this is where you create the real fandom. This is where you create the memories. It's not just a television product. It's like literally it's engaging with people in real life and seeing it in real life and seeing it as a kid, which makes you a lifelong fan.
Yeah, it's a long game.
Yes.
And that's how you eventually make that success, like what WWE had many, many years ago, decades ago.
Right. Yeah. And so, in fact, actually, what created my fandom for wrestling was seeing Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan, not WrestleMania 3, which I did see, was at Veterans Memorial Coliseum on a long night, which a big wrestling card there. In fact, Hulk Hogan, he was halfway through the show because, famously he'd like to get out early. That was kind of his thing. With that, I'm still waiting on Darby Allin. He's going to be joining us soon. Of course, AEW Collision is going to be Saturday night at the Tucson Arena. And so, like I said, back to the point at hand, this is where AEW plays catch up more so to dominate and really move in. You think 5 years from now, then the tides could completely turn as to who's considered the top dog as far as the largest fan base, because they're going out and they're doing what they need to do,
what they should be doing.
Yeah, getting in front of audiences and not just audiences in Saudi Arabia.
Right. I feel like at some point, and I think it's coming up, like people will hopefully be tired of like this hyper corporate lifestyle where it just doesn't feed anybody other than their own self-interests and stuff like this, which is like more, in a sense, community based, because you are bringing it, like you said, to be markets. This is a very smart thing to do, and it's actually making memories, and it is a long game that they're playing. Good for them.
Yeah. No, I'm stoked for it too. Hopefully we'll get Darby on here in a little bit. We got some things to touch on there, and some surprises up our sleeve as well. So, we'll get that going. But while we wait for him, let's say this. This morning we had a morning moron that was a California bruh. And in case you missed it, it went like this. Oh, man. You know how we talk about Alpha Man? You know how we talk about Florida Man?
Yeah.
Today, we're going to do California Man.
Ooh, there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of California Mans, but what's the distinctive California Man? Well, I have a morning moron today that just fits the description of a California Man to the T. And morning moron, most importantly. Here's the deal. Some idiot Northern California, no cow. Crashes SUV in Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Okay. He crashes SUV Tuesday morning while he was doing whippets. Now I knew I'd grab your attention.
Yeah.
Because anyone that knows anything about whippets knows you can't do anything while doing whippets.
No, you can laugh a lot. That's about it.
Yeah, dude. You almost go into a state of ketosis. You turn into a full-blown R word. You're done, dude. You are done. You're just like a veggie. And to be driving while doing it, that's expert level idiocracy. Yeah. Now, they didn't release his name, but he's 47 years old. So you would think it's a young man's game.
Yeah. What?
Whippets while driving. But no, Cali bro is like, nah, I got this.
I grew up doing these, dude.
Crack a couple of these on the way into work. The crash happened around 6 a.m. Tuesday morning. So this is how he starts the day. He was literally on his way to work. Be like, it's going to be a long day. Most people take a shot of espresso.
Right.
Some people, do a little calisthenics. He's like, nah, I'll just whip it good, and I'll be up ready to go. Now, whippets, of course, is another name for nitrous oxide or laughing gas, using cans or whipped cream, and usually they have crackers. You can sell them everywhere. I mean, they're around.
Yeah.
At this point, our audience should know what they are. They're pretty prominent in the rave scene and in the 90s, and you probably lost half your brain cells because of them at some point in your life. Now, cops say he was driving his Land Rover through a town at an unsafe speed. That's when he lost control, hit a curb, which came out of nowhere, plowed through a bank sign, hit several small trees, snapping them all at the root, and then went through a parking lot and slammed into a brick wall. Damn. There was nothing that was going to stop this Land Rover.
That's a Land Rover commercial right there.
I was thinking the same.
Yeah,
this
right.
is great. Yeah, built Land Rover tough. Yeah. Now, his car was totaled at the end of that, though, and he was trapped inside. So he did what any California man would do in that situation. Kept doing whippets until the cops yanked him out.
Might as well,
They got me. I'm going to go out and I'll get to the point where I'll be so high I won't even know I'm being arrested.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. They took him straight to the hospital. Then they took him to jail. Now he's facing charges of driving under the influence. Cops say he's lucky he didn't kill anyone. And he's like, kill anyone? Did you ask my brain?
Yeah.
I killed that a while ago. All right.
Millions of brain cells.
Right. So to recap, this Cali man, right, hands down, is not only a morning moron, but it's just a PSA of the day and a fantastic Land Rover commercial. But at the end of the day, if you do whippets and drive, you're definitely going to be called a morning moron. All right, we're back here live on the stream. Still waiting for Darby Allin. I was talking to his handler, Danny, backstage. But, Darby's not backstage yet. So we're waiting on him. But, of course, he was at AEW Dynamite last night. That was a thing. He did a run-in and has basically a program happening with AEW wrestler Clark Connors, which hopefully, they'll be able to face off here. I could probably play a little bit of it, but I don't want to get, shadow banned by the licensing and licensing gods that are out there. And I do have some surprise guests on the way as well. So hopefully Darby will join us here in a little bit. The guy is hardcore, straight edge, and not only first and foremost, a lot of people forget the fact that he's a pretty phenomenal worker, like a professional wrestler in general, like technically speaking. But he's known for the risks that he takes. So a lot of people would compare him to like even a Mick Foley.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you're thinking like hardcore, like the amount of punishment
yeah,
he puts on through his body, right? Like the stuff that, where you can get people who aren't wrestling fans be like, how's he still alive? But pure wrestling fans who are also, kind of like smart fans, there's like, this is how you do it to be safe. Yeah. Like, man, even that's gotta hurt. And they're absolutely right. So hey, how about we talk to the man, the myth, the legend? Okay. Joining us here live on the podcast broadcast. He is an AEW original superstar, super charismatic, and also one of only 7,000 human beings to successfully climb Mount Everest. We got Darby Allin joining us. Darby, how you doing, man?
Yo, what up, dude?
Can you hear us well? Where are you joining us from?
I'm in the back of an Uber right now, driving to Tampa, Florida to go skate with Bam Margera and Comic-Con. So
yeah, I've been seeing your videos with Bam here lately. We were fortunate enough to meet Bam a little while back. He got slapped me in the face and stuff, and obviously he's an icon. That's how I take it, Darby. That's how not as extreme as you. I don't welcome the pain that much, but at the same time, sometimes you just gotta, take one for the team. I love that you're hanging out with Bam too, because with his journey of sobriety, and you being straight edge, like you guys are oddly, like best company for each other, right? Like it's a good support system to have you around, but at the same time, it feels it's dangerous too. Like it's good. I was like, I'm gonna keep you sober, Bam, but you might break a bone. You know what I mean?
Yo, no, I know what you mean. I took him into an ice bath, and he said that was harder than any stunt he has ever done in Jackass. And I was like, an ice bath? Are you serious?
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy how much he was freaking out over an ice bath. I think that's the challenge is going to Everest Base Camp with me. I think that'd be a good one.
Oh, you're gonna try to get him to do that, huh? Are you gonna? Yeah. So you're gonna attempt to climb Everest again?
No, just base camp.
Base camp.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so just make it into the base. And then, so what? Are you trying to encourage him to climb to the top, and you'll just walk him to base camp and then be like, all right, peace out, I already done this?
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, I would love to go again, but honestly couldn't make the time commitment. It's like it took 2 months to climb Everest.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and as a wrestling fan, yeah, you took yourself off programming, and this was concerning. I mean, I'm surprised you didn't get more pushback from Tony Khan, even though he seems to be wildly supportive. But you're peaking as your career. You're one of the few AEW originals who was over immediately and continued to be over with the audience. And then you're like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm going to do this thing and I might die, but I'll be back later if I don't. Is that how you basically presented it?
Pretty much.
And what was his response to that, dude? Like, he's just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, he understood the soul mission I was on. You can't mess with something like, no. He understood the human side of everything. So
yeah,
what I wanted to accomplish with my spiritual goals.
I love the spirituality. Have you always been this, I mean, I know that you've always challenged yourself and gone for adrenaline rushes. I just saw the Chris interview, so there's really not much wrestling talk I could ask you about because you covered it all there. He's one of the best interviewers in the game. But, like when you were young and you were basically always chasing that adrenaline high, doing stunts and say jumping off a Taco Bell, things like that. Right. At what age did you start really grabbing people's attention? And we're talking with AEW's Darby Allin, by the way, on Rock 102.1. At what age did you start grabbing people's attention by doing these extreme stunts?
In life?
Yeah, in life.
Man, ever since middle school. like I was the kid who would be doing the craziest stuff that nobody else wanted to do, and it really set me apart. For good or worse, it set me apart. Yeah, no, dude, it just early as middle school.
Yeah. So, and well, first off, congratulations, Darby. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I just read that you just helped your parents retire.
Yeah, I helped my parents retire. I proposed to my girlfriend on top of Everest. Yeah, things are looking good.
Dude, was she? Well, you did it via video though. She didn't climb Everest with you, right?
Nah, she didn't
Yeah.
climb Everest, but I knew her since high school. We were dating. Well, I wanted to date her in high school, but I had no confidence to ask her out. So she started dating this wannabe gang member, and I kid you not, she got shot in the head by one of his rivals.
What?
They were arguing. He was arguing with her, with this guy on a trail. The other guy pulled out a gun. He put her behind him. The guy shot the boyfriend, went through his neck and into her head, and then I thought my high school crush got killed. But long story short, we're we're getting married in June.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
Wow.
You guys are gonna have the most hardcore kids. You know what I mean? Right? Just considering the amount of trauma your body's been through, and she's literally been shot in the head and survived. And so that guy died though. Now I'm assuming, right?
No, he lived too.
Wow.
Everybody's alive.
That's crazy. I mean, at least he put her behind him.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll
he had
give
good
that
intentions,
credit,
yeah.
right? You know, everything else is a joke, dude. That's crazy, dude. Well, congratulations on that. And especially, I mean, did your parents know you had the plan to help them retire?
No. My dad, honestly, when I graduated high school at 18, I said I wanted to be a pro wrestler. He said there's no way in hell. And yeah, it was pretty soul-wise. But kept at it. Next thing you know, I'm paying him to be my personal assistant, and jumping out of helicopters. I'm dragging him to Poland to jump in freezing ice cold water, and dragging my mom to Everest Base Camp. It was lots of fun. Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah. At what age did you fall in love with wrestling, and why'd you what was the wrestler that made you want to be a professional wrestler?
I wasn't one sole wrestler. I feel like that made me want to be a pro wrestler.
Okay.
Yeah, no, honestly, I was more inspired by music and skateboarding, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, so but you still 18 to know what you want to be right out of high school is an advantage that most people don't have, right? You know, I would say over half of people graduating high school don't know what the hell they're going to be when they grow up, and you're like, I'm going to be a pro wrestler. What made you decide that?
Just there's nothing else in the world like it. Nothing else in the world like it. And I went to film school instead in Arizona because I thought that would be the most logical choice as a young 18-year-old man.
Right.
And halfway through, I just dropped out. I said, this isn't for me. So, yeah. No.
Well, yeah, no, well, hey, I'm glad that you mentioned Arizona because you do have Arizona ties. So we're excited to have you back in Arizona. You've been to Tucson before, I assume, as well, right?
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, so, actually, I don't really do this, but, I actually have a wrestling hater that wants to ask a question. If you don't mind, I'll just pop them on real quick. So, via the stream here, got a wrestling hater of yours. If you could turn your camera on there and get that going here, turn your thing sideways. Can you hear us here?
I see.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, you got a question for Darby Allin real quick?
Hey, Darby, do you remember Juan Pablo?
Juan Pablo?
Do you remember Juan Pablo?
Oh,
We worked at the 99-cent store together.
Is this really Juan Pablo, though?
Go ahead, show yourself, and turn the camera sideways.
Juan Pablo. That's
This is your brother Max, dude. So yeah,
last time I saw Juan Pablo, we did this crazy challenge, and it involved X-Lax, and yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, what's up with the X-Lax road trip? Was it X-Lax road trip to Vegas?
Yeah, as I say, Juan Pablo wouldn't have just came out of the dark in freaking 2000. Since I haven't seen him since 2013. I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Yeah. So tell me about that story, the X-Lax road trip to Vegas. What was the challenge?
There's nothing. That you pretty much said it.
Okay. Yeah, you're like, we'll take a lot of X-Lax. We'll try to go to Vegas. And who won?
No one won. We all lost. We all lost. There's no winner in that.
Yeah. So we got your brother Max on the stream. Now, Max used to be Wilbur of U of A. So he has Tucson ties. In fact, actually, Max has gone viral as well. And you guys are very similar. I see a lot of videos of you guys together doing the same kind of thing, same athleticism, same kind of challenges. What's your relationship like with Max like?
Well, Max lives in Japan now, and I hardly see him. And he just proposed to his girlfriend by set himself on fire, and she didn't put him out, and he burnt the hell out of his neck. So
we worked things out afterwards.
We have a lot in common in that aspect, that we both set each other on fire for.
Yeah, Max, did your brother give you that idea to set yourself on fire too? By the way, because that was ridiculous.
Well, he told me what to use before, like 5 years ago. I was like, oh, I should use this to set myself on fire. This would be great. But hey, I just want to say, the reason you dropped out of film school is you went to Scottsdale Community College. If you would have went to the University of Arizona, you would have graduated.
You can leave the stream.
Yeah. Max, thank you for popping on. It was good to see you.
Yeah, have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Peace.
Yeah. So Max is great, dude. So I wanted to just have him be able to pop on and show some love for you and stuff. But you don't get to see him anymore because he's in Japan. You ever trying to get him to kind of follow your footsteps in a way?
No, he's on his own. He's on his own vision quest. I haven't seen him care about wrestling. Like, I would never even want him to do it at all.
Really?
No, not at all.
Well, it's a grind, but I'm glad to hear that your body's holding up and you're feeling like good. Especially with all the punishment that you seemingly put yourself through, but being straight edge and being able to, take care of your body as well and not poison it is probably got to be the secret to the longevity, right?
Yeah, man, you gotta keep your mind strong. It all starts in your mind. And seriously, like, I don't know. There's nothing else to say, dude. Like, you keep your mind strong and the body follows. You can have the best physical body in the world, but if your mind goes to hell, then you're done. You're done.
Right. Yeah. Well, I love it, dude. And we're excited to see you when you come to Tucson for AEW Collision. We got this program going on. Can we expect to see like a match?
One second.
I hate to interrupt like your AA or like therapy session or whatever, but it's kind of rude of you to be on speakerphone like in someone's Uber.
Is it cool if I finish?
Look, man, I've been driving since 5 a.m. I'm tired. Like, can you just put the phone up? Like, it's a little rude.
This is like an interview. Yeah, we're on national TV right now, just doing an interview here. Real quick.
I don't care. I make like $15 an hour. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, but you want 5 stars. This is 1-star behavior.
Is this your AA sponsor or something?
No, it's not an AA sponsor.
I don't care. Can you just put the phone away?
I'm straight edge.
Is he really
Yeah,
I
knew at this face paint, this Gene Simmons thing, like you were gonna be trouble. Like,
yeah.
Dude,
Wait,
you want me to
Nice
cancel
goal,
right?
buddy.
Put the phone away.
No, hold on.
What do you mean? Hold on.
Hold on. Just pull
Yeah,
over
this-
real quick. Let me finish this.
Yeah, finish it all right. You're getting out of my freaking car. This is insane.
No, yeah, that's 1-star behavior, sir. And honestly, a Lyft driver would not drive like that. I'm sorry, I'm not going to get
Uber.
Take me to Tucson.
Yeah, take him to Tucson so we could be doing AEW live here.
Yeah,
in
real
Tucson.
funny, buddy. Dude, I'm over this. You're getting out of my car now.
Hold on.
Let me see you.
We're in the middle of the highway.
I don't care.
We're-
Get out! Go! Get out of my car! Get out!
We're in the middle of the highway.
See, Lyft drivers wouldn't do this.
Out! Go!
Wow.
I'm in the middle of the highway, so hold on, let me go over here. It's kind of loud.
He drove off on you. It looked like he drove off on you? Yeah, he drove off on you.
He's gone. So what were we saying? Because I got to find another Uber. I'm in the middle of the highway.
I fucking love you, dude. Can we expect to see you do a match in Tucson when the Collision comes to town on March 7th?
Can we expect to see me in Tucson? I'm in the middle of the highway. If I get an Uber, I will be there. I promise you.
I love it. We'll get on the phone, get your Uber, get to Tucson safe. Darby Allin, we appreciate everything that you're doing on screen and off screen. It's been a massive pleasure and can't wait to see you live March 7th at Tucson Arena, all right?
If I can find an Uber, I will be in Tucson.
We'll see you soon. Darby Allin, everyone. Darby Allin, fantastic. Get to Tucson safe, dude. Thank you again for the time. What a great way to end that interview. All right, we're going to hit the reset and be back more right after this. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA.
Wow.
Main time for some news on China. There's two things that caught my attention this week on China. One is absurd. The other is like, oh yeah, let's do this in America, right? And I wish it'd be that easy. Which one do you want to start off with first? The absurd or let's do this in America?
Well, let's just start off with let's do this in America.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to show you this screen and video real quick of what we should do here in America. This is probably one of the most generous bosses. What you're looking at right there, Emil, is a $26 million in money on a long ass table.
That is a long table. Wow, where do they get something?
Yeah,
like that? Made in China, probably.
Yeah, oh yeah, they know how to produce tables. Now, a Chinese company named Henan, and I can't say the rest, Crane Co. Made headlines when its boss turned the firm's end-of-year party into an extraordinary bonus giveaway by laying out roughly $26 million in cash for employees to grab and take home at an event on February 13th.
This is such a big flex on America, man. This is so crazy.
This is a flex, but also you could only do this in China. You could not do this in America because this is riot fuel. Are you kidding me? All I can grab, and then the person next to me, Susan's next to me, trying to get some of my money. Susan's going to eat an elbow. That's what happens when it comes to Americans when they get this type of opportunity. I'm sure the Chinese were a little more polite in the way that they're like, I'll take this much, maybe one more.
I don't know. I've seen them at buffets, man. You should watch some of those videos. They get nuts.
Okay. Well, this happened again, February 13th. About 7,000 staff were invited to count and keep as many banknotes as they could within a set amount of time, with long tables piled high with cash and many workers walking off stage with armfuls of money.
Good for them.
Yes,
man.
the generous bonus was part of sharing nearly 70% of the company's profits from the past year with its workforce. That's what I'd like to see in America.
So, hey, CEOs, we don't appreciate your little pizza parties. We're doing so good. We don't enjoy guess what? You get to leave 5 minutes early today. Oh, wow. Thank you guys so much.
Exactly. So the boss actually framed the cash giveaway as a way to help employees with financial pressures like loans and mortgages. And absolutely right. 70% of the company's profits, the CEO's like, yes, this is for you. You guys earned this. Yeah. I'll take 30% of the profit, which is still a gross amount of money when you think about it. But, he's a top dog and he could do that. The generosity of that CEO to his employees in China is actually an example of what they should do here and many of the corporations. And that's the good news coming out of China. Are you ready for the weird?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So, a lot of Chinese people are concerned about their potential weight gain, right? Mm-hmm. And so there's a new craze that is growing in popularity where people are stretching plastic wrap over their mouths before eating.
Okay.
Right? And so then they chew the food through cling film and then they throw the food away, hoping to trick their brains into feeling full without taking in any calories.
It seems like a lot of work for
it's a lot of work.
What are you doing, man?
Yeah,
just don't eat.
Just eat an air burger, dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You can't taste anything anyways.
Yeah.
You got cling wrap on it. And God forbid you actually bite through and swallow and then you choke on plastic wrap. But the idea is that tasting and chewing food, even through plastic, can help curb hunger. So maybe you can taste a little bit of it. I don't know. I'm going to have to try.
It's like a food hack.
Yeah, like it's a food hack. And then you trick your brain. It's like, look, I know our body needs nourishment and stuff. But if I just trick into it, will it produce the, the vitamins that I need to sustain, or can I, look fit and nice?
Yeah.
So that's the crazy health trend. Would you try that?
No, that's ridiculous.
You don't need to.
I don't need to, but if I was, I would just maybe just not eat that hamburger.
I'm literally looking around the studio being like, is there any saran wrap around here? I might do that for lunch today. Who knows? But there you go. That's two news stories coming out of China. Let's play some music from Shinedown, who, of course, is going to be performing at the Tucson Arena in August. Here's Killing Fields on Rock 102.1 KFMA. That was absolutely amazing here. We got a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, the Uber driver. I think that was a gift from Darby. I'll be honest with you. I think it was a work, and I hope it was a work.
He did take off. I didn't see him anywhere.
He did literally take off on the highway, and so then I felt bad. It was just like, well, I guess I'll let you go. But at the same time, is that the clip to do it? Thank you, Darby Allin. Because again, as far as doing a wrestling interview, Chris Vanderfleek or Valet, I'm saying his name wrong, but wrestling fans knows who he is. He does super in-depth, super really good wrestling interviews, right? And he's got just a great memory, knows every little match, everything like that. I'm not that guy. I'm a fan for sure, but I'm not that guy. I can't deliver that type of thing. And that was, you get that interview was really dropped like a couple days prior.
Okay.
So what on the internet can you give of Darby Allin that is not already being clipped up to death in a very high quality studio when it comes to professional wrestling? And he's like, I got you, right? And I've never talked with Darby before. I know his brother Max. He seemed annoyed that Max was on the stream. I was like, all right, well, good to have you on, Max. Got to get you off now. But I appreciate Max jumping on. I thought that was sweet. I'll thank him in my Instagram. And congratulations to both of them for getting engaged this year. And he wasn't joking. Max did set himself on fire and do a backflip while he was proposing to his fiance, and she ran off. So I was like, uh-oh, I think she said no and didn't put him out. So he did burn his neck.
Himself. Yeah, it sounded like it didn't go as he thought it was going to.
But she ended up saying yes. So Max is a lunatic like that. I worked with him at the Tucson Roadrunners, and I understand their energy, which is fantastic. And Darby is a legit rock star, and he has that charisma, does he not?
Yeah, totally. I can see him hanging out with Bam, like they're buds.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah, and just messing around and stuff like that, and then pushing themselves, physically in a way. But what I didn't, what I was telling you on the stream, and I didn't tell him, but at the same time, I don't need to verbally blow the guy. But as much as he is an extreme sports star, an extreme stunt man when it comes to professional wrestling, there are matches that you see that his craft, he's just a really good professional wrestler as well when it comes to the moves, the holds, the storytelling. And that's something that is very difficult to do at an expert level. Right. And I think a lot of it gets discredited off of his ability to take punishment. And so I'm giddy right now. I think what the Uber thing, whether it's real or not, was a gift.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, and we'll clip it up, and that I think that thing's gonna go uber fucking viral, dude. Pun intended. So, yeah, that was massive. Story about story about Darby being left on the side of the road. It should go viral in the rest. It will. That's like now. I'm like Rico's gonna get me to go to the rodeo here soon.
Mm-hmm.
And today is like just not the day now.
You're not interested. You got a lot of work to do.
I have a lot of work to. I have to immediately I got to clip this up before somebody else does. And I have an air check. I mean, it's a busy day, but it's still good. Very good stuff. So I'm excited about it, and I hope you guys enjoyed that interview, whether you're a wrestling fan or not. Either way, Saturday, March 7th at Tucson Arena is going to be fun. So that's something that you should even take your girls out to.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's an event. It's a show.
It's something out there, yeah.
It's pretty violent, though. I mean, AEW toes the line for ECW.
Okay.
ECW, of course, blew up for being extreme. Mm-hmm. They do a lot of hardcore matches, do a lot of hardcore things, and kind of they're kind of counter-programming to WWE in a way. you'll see blood. Will you see blood in a collision show? Yeah, maybe you'll probably see blood. Someone will probably bleed for the cause. But that is for the hardcore wrestling fans. Yeah. So I'm all for it. Yeah, man. I'm still blown away on that. I mean, real or not, and then it's like the guy, the Uber driver was good. He was good in his role.
Very convincing.
Yeah, and I was like, 1 star, bitch. 1 star.
Yeah.
You want to talk about this? This is a big deal here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. If you're just joining us and you weren't watching along on the podcast broadcast stream, we had a weird situation with Darby Allin. His Uber driver freaked out on him mid-conversation and kicked him out of the car and put him out on the side of the highway and then took off. And he literally took off. You couldn't see him. So, we had Darby Allin in an interview get berated by his Uber driver and then booted out of the Uber driver or Uber car
somewhere in Florida.
And with like trucks like honking at him and stuff. It was a thing that you will see clips of here when you follow us on social media. But again, thank you and shout out to AEW and Darby Allin. Now, Darby is our first AEW wrestler that's going to be on the show, but not the last. As we kind of inch towards the big day of Collision coming to town, it's such a big deal that I'm pretty sure not only are we going to have like AEW champions in studio Friday, the day before, but I think we're going to be talking with some wrestlers, leading up to everything. So we'll see how that works out. But we definitely started off with a high bar in Darby Allin for sure. We're going to continue the conversation here on the podcast broadcast and wrap things up with the beef tip after these words. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Yeah, that was good. All right, wrestling trivia for me. Jeff said, who was the tag team partner for The Miz when he won his first tag team championship? Hint, he also defended his first U.S. championship against him. You're talking about John Morrison. John Morrison was one of my favorite wrestlers as well. He's, of course, I almost said Jim Morrison because his look was that of Morrison, but he goes by Johnny Nitro or Johnny whatever is like his organization is. Mm. And the thing with that is, of course I'm correct, Jeff. I know. He's great talent and looks great, but he just doesn't speak well on the mic, and that always held him back. But the dude looked like $1 million and always did some crazy moves and everything. So, yep. All right. With that said, let me play this clip from earlier this morning, and then we'll be back with a beef tip right after this. Thank you, random commercial. Emil, what do you think is the best fast food burger in America?
Personally, I really like a Five Guys burger. That or In-N-Out.
Right. So, that's usually the stronghold. Fast food and Five Guys, that's questionable to me. As much as I like Five Guys, I do not like spending $20 on a burger.
Amen.
I did do that yesterday just at the Annex, but it was a good place. Shout out to them once they didn't burn my burger. But so the Bro Bible put together a list of their top 10 favorite burgers and fast food burgers in North America. And I always love these lists that Bro Bible puts together. I think they're pretty accurate. I am surprised by the number one burger. And normally, if it was 2 months ago, I'd be pretty mad about this number one.
Really?
But I'm not mad now. Let's start from number 10 all the way down. Okay. So if we're thinking the top 10 best fast food burgers in America, what do you think is coming at number 10? The least favorite burger.
The least favorite, man. My heart wants to say McDonald's, but I feel like a lot of people like McDonald's. So I'm going to say maybe something like Carl's Jr. or something like that.
Ooh, yeah, no. Carl's Jr. actually ranks surprisingly high, but they have a lot of different options here. Burger King.
Okay.
Coming in at number 10. Coming in number 9 is McDonald's.
Okay, that's close.
We just talked about their new big arch that they're rolling out, and that thing will set you back not only about $15, but it'll give you about 15 pounds on your ass. White Castle coming in number 8. Those sliders, which I find you find out over and over again that they don't necessarily cook them all the way through.
They slide on out too when you're done eating them.
Yes,
I've had a bad experience.
I know, dude. No, as much as I love them going down, I never feel good after I eat White Castle. I feel ill every time I eat White Castle. But there's another place on here that I feel ill after eating, and it ranks pretty high. But okay, so White Castle's number 8. Wendy's comes in at number 7.
Okay.
Wendy's would be higher for me. I'm a Wendy's guy.
You Wendy's dude, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Sonic comes in at number 6.
Okay.
Hardee's, Carl's Jr. That comes in at number 5.
Cool.
Now here is the creme de la creme, the Mount Rushmore of fast food burgers, according to Bro Bible. And Five Guys did not make the list because maybe it didn't consider it fast enough, right? Which is reasonable. Coming in at number 4. Oh, who do you think? We haven't mentioned anything. Who do you think is number 4?
Number 4. Oh man, I'm gonna say at least In-N-Out's got to be up here somewhere, right?
In-N-Out's a little higher. So
nice.
Coming in at number 4, it's Whataburger. Usually the debate is which is better, Whataburger or In-N-Out. And that goes back and forth depending on what region you grew up in. But yeah, Whataburger came in number 4. It's solid.
Okay.
Coming in number 3, a solid dub for Culver's.
Okay, I'm cool with that one.
See, but Culver's is the one that always makes me sick. The butter burgers, my body just
too heavy.
It's too much butter, I guess. Yeah, which I didn't think was a thing until I started eating those. All right, now coming in at number 2, the best fast food burgers in America, In-N-Out Burger.
Cool, I'm all right with that. I like that.
Yeah, no, that's massive. But see, we just went through 9 of these. You know, the Five Guys is not on the list, okay? And In-N-Out is number 2.
All right.
Who do you think is the number 1 fast food burger in America, according to Bro Bible?
I'm going to go ahead and stay Steak and Shake. I haven't said it, and I know everybody loves them. We don't have any out here, though.
We just got one opened up.
Where?
Yes, there's right down the road, I think.
In Tucson?
In Tucson,
What?
it's a big deal. Steak and Shake.
Is that it?
Steak and Shake is number 1,
Wow,
yes, according to
cool.
Bro Bible. And honestly, I'd be furious about this because I would want to try the number 1 fast food burger in America. And I'd be furious if we didn't have one here. But all right, update on that. Obviously, we don't have a Steak and Shake here. I got a phone call. It's Shake Shack. Different. But I heard Shake Shack is really good, too.
Yeah, easy to mistake, too.
Apparently so. I try not to do too much fast food, to be honest with you. As I did get a burger yesterday. Rock 102.1 KFMA, it's Beef Vegan Presents. We're almost out of time here. We got a lot to get to, including the rodeo, and I hope you're enjoying your rodeo days in Tucson. And don't forget, tomorrow morning, we'll continue to give away tickets for AEW Collision. Again, big thank you, massive thank you to AEW's Darby Allin. Fantastic interview. And sorry about him getting kicked out of his Uber while doing the interview. Hopefully, he finds a safe ride back to wherever he's going in Florida to hang out with Bam Margera.
Yeah.
And tomorrow we'll also be giving away tickets for Stained. That's going to be at 8 o'clock tomorrow if you're trying to win those tickets for Stained. 8 o'clock in the morning will be next opportunity. Yaz, Amari, Herb Stratford, and Hannah, the debt-free foodie, is going to be joining us. It's going to be a fantastic show. And Emil, always a pleasure hanging out with you.
Right back at you, man.
Let's do it again tomorrow morning, bright and early.
Yeah, hey, I'll be here.
Yeah. All right. And everyone who watches the podcast broadcast, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe and like away. It helps us boost that algorithm so the rest of the country can see the party that we're having on most days. Let's wrap things up with a beef tip. A study found that telling an entrepreneur that business idea sucks can just motivate them to work even harder, which is good because I'm about to have an air check, and I hope they tell me I suck. And this is something that I've kind of fought against my entire life. It's called the underdog effect. So when you feel like you're the underdog, you try harder.
Yeah, right.
It's either two things. You try to prove them wrong. Or if you get people that believe in you, then you work even harder to try to prove them right. And that's something I've been doing here for the last 15 plus years. And I continue to do that because no matter how well things go, it's always good to feel like the underdog. So that's the tip for today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be back tomorrow morning. Drive safe, ride safe. And as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a side of beef, soon
the underdog
come
effect.
an end to all your grief.
Appreciate you guys so much.
If you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.
1 star for that Uber driver for sure.